Hello and welcome. We are watching IndianExpress.com. So the Pinarayi Vijayan government in Kerala managed to defeat the no confidence motion moved by the UDF in Kerala Assembly on Monday. Now, this motion was moved by the Congress-led UDF in the backdrop of the gold smuggling case and also several other corruption cases in Kerala. Now, how Pinarayi Vijayan managed to defeat the motion, what the Chief Minister said during the assembly session, and what is the significance of this latest development on the local bodies elections that is scheduled to take place in Kerala in October and also in the Kerala Assembly election that is scheduled to take place in May next year. Our correspondent Vishnu Verma explains. Vishnu, if you can quickly tell us what happened in Kerala Assembly on Monday, why the no confidence motion was moved by the UDF against the Pinarayi Vijayan government.
Yes, so yesterday, that's Monday, the Congress-led UDF moved a no confidence motion against the Pinarayi Vijayan government, basically on the allegations of corruption and chiefly on the gold smuggling scandal that was raised in July last month. As you all know, there was a gold smuggling racket was busted at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport through diplomatic baggage, where some of the accused, one of whom was even employed in the Kerala government's IT department, was found to have connections with a gold smuggling racket that operated out of Kerala and the UAE. So, in the backdrop of the gold smuggling case, the former principal secretary to the Kerala Chief Minister, Mr. M. Shivashankar, he was sacked last month after it was found that he had close links to one of the accused in the gold smuggling case. So this was one of the prime reasons for the opposition to move a no confidence motion. Apart from the gold smuggling case, there have also been allegations of corruption in the state government's flagship housing scheme, which is known as the Life Mission. There's an NGO based out of UAE which is supposed to have got kickbacks in this housing scheme, which is meant to provide homes to people who are homeless and the most marginalized sections of the society. So, these are some of the key issues on which the opposition, which is the Congress-led UDF, had expressed as no confidence motion against the government. Also, because due to the prevailing sort of COVID situation, there's a Kerala High Court order ban on protests and agitations on streets. So you cannot have political agitations and protests. So the special assembly session presents an opportunity for the Congress and the UDF to sort of go hammer and tongs at the Kerala government, provide the public a sort of a viewing gallery to the sort of allegations it has raised against the state government. So the no confidence motion was seen as an opportunity for the Congress and the UDF to do all of these things, even though it knows that it doesn't have the numbers in the assembly.
But yeah, exactly. Congress didn't knew actually that they did had the numbers, but still, what was the voting percentage? How the Kerala, how the Vijayan government managed to survive this confidence motion in Kerala Assembly? If you can quickly tell us.
Yeah, so you have a 140 member assembly. Yeah. And the CPM-led LDF has about 93 members, which includes the CPM, CPI, and other smaller parties. And the Congress-led UDF has around 40 to 45 seats. This is the sort of seating, this is the arrangement in the Kerala Assembly. So it was always known, it was seen as a foregone conclusion that the LDF would win based on its majority. So on the no confidence motion that was put to vote last night, the CPM-led LDF won by 87 to 40. That means 87 members of the ruling coalition voted against the no confidence motion and 40 members voted for it.
Now, it was reported that Pinarayi Vijayan spoke for some 3 hours in reply to this motion. What was the key takeaways of the speech by Vijayan that he gave in the assembly?
Yeah, so he began around 5:30 in the evening and it extended to nearly 9:15 in the night, which is almost nearly 4 hours. Yeah. And it's seen as the longest speech ever made by a chief minister on a no confidence motion. Obviously, there have been budget session speeches which may have gone to a similar time frame. But the key criticism of the chief minister's speech is that it did not raise any significant new details on the gold smuggling case or other allegations. Most of the chief minister's speech focused on the achievements of the state government over the last 5 years. For example, its achievements in the farming sector, the infrastructure sector, or health sector, or educational sector, but it did not have any significant any details on the gold smuggling case or the life mission project, which was what the opposition wanted to hear from the chief minister. So the chief minister was provided an opportunity to make his stand clear in all of these cases, but he did not have anything new to add. It was mostly a very it was classified as boring by the opposition, but it was mostly a sort of a report card of the government's 5-year tenure.
Okay. Now, this confidence motion that the Pinarayi Vijayan government has able to defeat, now this comes months before the local body elections in Kerala, and then there's a Kerala Assembly election in May 2021. So, how should we take the latest development for the CPM before the elections in Kerala? Does it cement their position?
So as you rightly pointed out, the local body elections are due in October this year. And then obviously you have the assembly elections in April, May next year. So there's just 2 months now for the local body polls. The local body elections, as we know, across in India is seen as a sort of a semi-final to what might happen in the assembly elections. Right now, the CPM-led LDF has a majority on most of the municipalities, corporations and panchayats. But it could go either way. Till the gold smuggling case, the CPM-led LDF was extremely popular among the state. In fact, there was an opinion poll that was done by a television channel sometime in June, which said that the CPM-led LDF could actually return to power. But now, with the ramifications of the gold smuggling case and the possible involvement of the Chief Minister's office in a gold smuggling racket that is now being investigated by the National Investigation Agency. So all of these new details and new controversies could sort of put the LDF government in a dock. We'll have to wait and see how the local body elections play out.
Okay, so we will have to see how things transpires. Thanks, Vishnu. Thanks for input, and thanks, viewer, for joining us. For more news and update, keep logging on to IndianExpress.com.